there's nothing like cracking that cellophane and pulling that record out. It just smells great.
Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Non-stop hardcore energy.
I love the show, guys. You're awesome.
Unlike any other.
With your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bod Father.
Man, this stuff rocks.
This is Josh Kesler of the Appalachian Wireless Arena. You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
The views and opinions of the guests do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Radio Network, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Radio Network.
Don't forget, October 5th at the Appalachian Wireless Arena, Alice Cooper, Ace Frehley. You don't want to miss it. $49.50 tickets. The only Kentucky date. Get those tickets.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I am your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bod Father, and as always, I am bringing you guys and gals awesome interviews, and today it's an honor and a huge privilege to welcome back Mr. Josh Kesler. He's the Senior Director of Sales and Marketing at the Appalachian Wireless Arena, and we're going to be talking to Josh about the upcoming shows, how COVID affected them, things like that, and see what's going on, man. So Josh, welcome back to the podcast.
Hey, man, appreciate it so much. Thank you. Doing okay?
Yeah, doing all right. Grinding every day, like we all should.
Oh, yeah, 100%. We're excited. I mean, we're kicking things off. Of course, entertainment's getting right back to it, and we've got some rock shows, getting ready to throw out some more rock shows, too, which is pretty awesome. But we've got a whole lineup of events, looking to add about 15 to 16 more events in before the end of the year. But, I mean, we've got Price is Right Live, Rodney Carrington. We've got our Hoptoberfest, that's our beer festival. We've got Uncaged, the Uncode stories behind the cast of Tiger King. We've got our Main Street Live going on, Jamie Johnson and Whiskey Myers. But one of the ones that I want to mention with you guys is Alice Cooper with Ace Frehley at the Appalachian Wireless Arena, because we have the only Kentucky date for this tour.
That's something I was going to ask you about as well during this podcast interview, was like, how special is that for Eastern Kentucky? I mean, for me being a rock and metal fan, that's huge, honestly.
Oh, it is. And the fact that we don't know, how much Alice Cooper's going to keep doing it. He is the godfather of shock, and I feel like that this is a really, really good tour. You got the Spaceman, you've got the godfather of shock. I mean, you can't beat this Detroit. This is like a Detroit muscle concert. It really is. This is full-fledged rock, October 5th. It doesn't get any better than this, because if you haven't seen Alice Cooper live, the man gives you your money's worth. He puts on a heck of a show.
Oh, yeah, and especially Ace Frehley from Kiss. You got a Kiss member there here in Eastern Kentucky playing live.
Oh, yeah, that's huge. Love to. Anytime you can showcase, Kiss or a member of Kiss, it just gets that much better, honestly. And, this is going to be a fantastic tour. But like I said, we're also going to have another rock show here thrown out within the next 3 weeks. We've got a show to announce the 7th. We got a show to announce the 14th, and a show to announce the 21st.
See, folks, that's awesome. I'm glad to see this coming back. But I want to ask you this, though, Josh. During this pandemic, did you do anything differently, man? Was you still behind the scenes trying to plan out some shows, or did you catch up on anything like collecting your, catching up on any shows or anything like that? Or was you guys still putting together some possible shows for the Appalachian Wireless Arena?
Well, honestly, our GM Paul and our assistant GM Larry, they were working, they were, grinding, making sure that they were getting the shows lined up. They didn't stop. I was, trying to push the shows that we had, plus, try to think of unique ideas. That's when we did a lot of live video promotions for sponsors and things like that. But we had to think on our feet during the pandemic, because a lot of people were really struggling. But, we really kind of shined a little more because we found unique things to do. We found unique assets that worked.
How difficult was it to have these shows canceled in 2020? Because, I mean, all these things are just set in stone, and then boom, here comes this pandemic. How difficult was this to cancel shows not knowing at the time what the future was going to hold for this?
Man, it was terrible. We don't like canceling shows or postponing them. We're still waiting for a lot of different dates, to come back for Poison and things like that, which, that depends. A lot of people are asking, when are you going to have Poison? Well, it depends a lot on the stadium tour, and they're trying to schedule all those right now. So that's kind of where we're at with that.
So you said you had a show going to be dropping here on the 7th. Can you give us a little bit of hint on that? What's going to be happening, maybe?
Well, the 7th is going to actually be a Christian show. The 14th will be our rock show, and then 21st will be a kid show. But the 14th will be a really good show as well. If you're a rock fan, especially a classic rock fan, you'll definitely appreciate that. And the special guest that's on that show is really, really cool and unique. So I think a lot of people will appreciate that and get tickets for that one. So
I thought this was cool when you guys bounced back here a little bit. Aaron Lewis performed at the Appalachian Wireless Arena on the State I'm In tour back in April. Yeah. How was it to have him out there to the arena, and plus seeing fans come back out for a turnout? How was the turnout on that?
That was great. Yeah, people really responded well to that. Our first show kicking everything back off, Travis Tritt, and then we got into Aaron Lewis, and which is cool because Aaron Lewis is embracing the whole Stain thing, and he's actually doing some touring with Stain, which hopefully we get to see them here at the arena soon. That's what we hope for. I think that'll be a killer show. They're doing a lot of cool tours with that. But I mean, man, it was awesome. It was good seeing people and good seeing everyone kind of get back to normal for a little bit.
I'll tell you this right now. I got to see Stained and 3 Days Grace and Crossfade at the Expo Center when they called the Expo Center at that time. Yeah. And I'm telling you, dude, that whole show was absolutely amazing. Every band was awesome, Stained especially. So I'm a huge Stained fan, and I like their music a lot, actually.
We're seeing a lot of things come back, which is great. I think a lot of people will be very, very happy here to finish out the rest of the year. I mean, we're going strong. I mean, I don't see us slowing down at any means unless, something happens in the world we can't control. But honestly, I feel like everyone's being smart and being safe, and I think things are getting back to where they should be.
So for anyone who is a little nervous about purchasing tickets to any of these events due to COVID, what would you say to them right now?
We're one of the safest, if not the safest place to be in Eastern Kentucky with all of our extra sanitation. I mean, we look like Ghostbusters here. Our staff, our operations staff's great. They put on, I honestly call them Ghostbuster backpacks, and they spray all throughout the arena. They sanitize the heck out of this place. We're all vaccinated. All the arena staff is vaccinated. So I honestly feel like we're one of the safest places to be. People should not hesitate or worry about getting tickets. We've been doing a lot of the social distancing practices, which, things are opening back up June 11th. So things are, but we're still a safe atmosphere. We're still going to keep it safe. We're still going to follow everything that we need to follow to make sure that everyone is, feels safe, feels welcome, make them feel like they're at home. But another thing we need to mention, too, is when they come through the door, a lot of things we've been doing is, of course, for them, and we're keeping the hold for the ladies, the clear bag policies. That helps us from extra contact with you. That helps easy access into the arena. Even get a daggone Ziploc bag and put your stuff in it and call it a day, ladies. You don't have to have a Louis Vuitton bag or whatever. Just come in here, put your stuff in there. You'll be good to go. Easy processes to make the overall concert feeling, concert vibes, whatever, that much better.
I know that you mentioned that you had some big metal acts, rock acts coming soon, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give us like a little drop, maybe, possibly, or would you want to come back on the show and drop it?
Oh, I want to come back on the show and drop it. I want to make sure that the people are all full-fledged on board for that, because we've got some good ones to throw out, and I'll make sure that I do announce it right on your thing here, John.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome, because, I mean, I've always said that, to me, the Appalachian Wireless Arena around here is special because we didn't have this a long time ago around here. We had absolutely nothing. All we had was country and bluegrass and Christian, which I'm not knocking that. It's just that, there's other flavors of music out there. Could we ever see maybe like the Expo Center bringing in like a hip-hop or a rap duo maybe in?
That's been discussed before. I know that Paul and Larry have, kind of mentioned that idea too. I feel like it's going to come. It's going to come eventually. It just depends on when that's going to happen, and it depends on too if the willingness is there to purchase. I mean, it's all about, as a lot of people say, it's not what we like, it's what sells. So you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where we're at with that. But I feel like it's coming. I feel like a lot of things are getting. It's going to get a little more diverse as things move on.
What show has impressed or excited you, Josh, the most that you couldn't believe that band was actually playing at the Appalachian Wireless Arena while you've been working there so far?
Well, I mean, we've had some big names, some Brad Pages and things like that. But I mean, we've had Black Label Society, which was an awesome band to see. I mean, good Lord, Zach Wild live is ridiculous. he's next level, and that was pretty cool to see him here. But I mean, we've had some really, really good talent come through, whether it's Christian, whether it's rock, whether it's country. But I mean, I'm at the point now, I'm at the stage of my life, I've done this, almost, from all the other venues, about 10 years. And I'm just, I don't fanboy out or anything like that. I appreciate the music, and it's going to be great to appreciate the music again, kind of get that full-fledged feeling that there's nothing like a live performance. And a lot of people don't realize too, the arena staff, we don't get to watch the concerts a lot. If it's someone we like, we don't get to pay attention to it because we're always running around like a chicken with our head cut off, trying to make sure everything's in good shape and that everyone is enjoying the concert.
Yeah, folks, I got to say this right now. Kudos to the Appalachian Wireless Arena staff because they're very helpful, and they're, like Josh said, they are all over the place during these shows. And another thing too is that when you spend your money, and I'm not just saying this, when you spend your money to buy a ticket at this location, there isn't a bad seat in that house. So
no, there's not. I mean, I'll tell you that too. The fact that I've been to other arenas that have limited views and have kind of different seating. There's not a bad seat in the arena, and I'm not just saying it because I work here. I mean, there's really, really, really good seating in this arena. Mm-hmm. Upper, lower, wherever you want to be, you're going to be fine. But I just want to encourage them, John, people listening, to get the tickets for Alice and Ace because it is the only Kentucky date, and of course tickets start at $49.50. But you can't beat this one. If you want to see a true rock show, get your tickets for this one.
And I already bought my tickets the day that they went on sale. I bought my tickets, so
good. I like to hear.
See, folks, just because I'm a podcaster, I have some perks, but I mean, you still got to help these folks out because without them and helping each other, you're not going to be successful at all with anything.
Oh, that's true. It's very true. But we work with you too. Anything you ever need, we got you. Man, I sure appreciate you doing this today for us. But I mean, just want to encourage people to definitely get those tickets and then look for more rock, especially on June the 14th, the announcement. But I'll be coming on with you if you're okay with it. We'll be announcing some shows on the podcast.
Sure, that's absolutely fine with me. I want to ask you though, personally though, are there any band you like to have booked this year, maybe next year?
I'm a different kind of rock guy, John. So here's mine. You're gonna laugh at me, but I'm more of a Palisades, Asking Alexandria. I'm a Nerve. I'm that kind of rock. I don't know what you would label that kind of rock as, but that's the kind of music I like. But I enjoy seeing all the variety that comes in here. That's for sure. But there's some really good bands that really fly under the radar. And I don't know, John. Go ahead and classify. What kind of rock do I listen to? By listening to that, am I punk rock? Is that what I am, or am I?
No, that's not punk rock. That's kind of like just rock / some metal. I mean, it's all good,
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's classified as that's what I would classify it as. Punk is like when you're talking about like Rancid or some old school Misfits or Descendants.
What am I, like metalcore? Is that what I am?
I'm gonna be like Phil Anselmo. You come to me, Grasshopper, and I'll teach you about metal.
I mean, seriously, I'm unique because here's the thing, because I like a lot of different things, especially when I work out and do all that. I like the heavier stuff because it helps me focus, and that's my kind of taste in music. But I'd love to see some of that coming into the arena, and you're going to see there's some holding dates for some pretty hard bands, and I'll share with you after we get off the phone here. But there's one that I'd like to announce on the podcast that your fans will absolutely love.
Oh, that's awesome! Yeah, man. Anytime you're wanting on here, that's what I'm here for. This is my platform. Music saved my life, so why can I help people? And maybe one day they'll grab onto a band that could save their life. So this is why I do it.
Music makes the world go round.
That's exactly right, folks. Come out to the Appalachian Wireless Arena. Please go and support this venue. Believe me, these guys are very awesome. They're very helpful and very nice. They got food around you there that you can come in early, grab a bite to eat, go check the show out. They got other stuff here in Pike County, Kentucky that you can check out. And please don't sleep on all this. So, Josh, my man, we've got Alice Cooper with special guest Ace Frehley, October 5th. You want to get your tickets right now. They start at $49.50. For tickets, you want to visit the Community Trust Bank office or Ticketmaster.com. And Josh, my man, how could folks stay in touch with the Appalachian Wireless Arena, catch who's coming in, what they can do? How can they do that?
Well, they can go to AppalachianWirelessArena.com. Of course, we try to stay active. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube. We got it all covered. But you definitely want to visit the Community Trust Bank box office. Save you some money on some fees through Ticketmaster. But, man, definitely thank you guys for listening in, and I appreciate you, John, for talking to me today. But we'll be talking some more, and definitely get those tickets for Alice and Ace, that's for sure.
Before I let you go, as always, would you care to do another promo for the show?
Don't forget, October 5th at the Appalachian Wireless Arena, Alice Cooper, Ace Frehley. You don't want to miss it. $49.50 tickets, the only Kentucky date. Get those tickets. John, thank you so much, my man.
No problem.
This is Josh Kesler of the Appalachian Wireless Arena. You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Everybody stick around. We got some great stuff coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and BODS Mayhem Hour Podcast. Get out and check out our Facebook page. It has our podcast link, YouTube link, and you definitely want to subscribe to that YouTube link because we got a lot of stuff that's coming up. Also, please get out and check out the Appalachian Wireless Arena. Support these folks because they work hard on bringing us all this awesome music. Whether it's your cup of tea or not, please, they will get something in here that you will dig. But support these guys and gals because they definitely deserve it. And like Josh just said, Alice Cooper with special guest Ace Frehley, the only Kentucky date, October 5th. Tickets starting at $49.50. Pick those tickets up. So, Josh, as always, man, thank you so much for what you guys do.
Hey, man, I appreciate you so much. And I'll shoot you here a message here in a little bit, and I'll give you a little surprise peek of what's coming up.
You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Don't forget, October 5th at the Appalachian Wireless Arena, Alice Cooper, Ace Frehley. You don't want to miss it. $49.50 tickets, the only Kentucky date. Get those tickets.